You doing all right? Yeah. You might know this one. Of things before my eyes, just teach me to despise what time make man go wild. Here within my lonely friend, my eyes just hurt my brain, but will it seem the same? Come tomorrow, will I be older? Come tomorrow, maybe a soldier. Come tomorrow, will I be bolder than today? Now the dreams are almost green, but will they still be seen when time and tide have been? Soon, I hope that I will find thoughts deep within my mind that won't disgrace my kind. Yeah. Come tomorrow, will I be older? Come tomorrow, maybe a soldier. Come tomorrow, will I be bolder than today? Oh. Of things before my eyes, just teach me to despise what time make man my wise. Take the thing. Thank you very much. your shoes. You know you ain't going anywhere. Spend all your time singing your blues. You know you ain't going anywhere. Always been a good friend of mine, but you always say farewell. And the only time that you're satisfied is with your feet in the windshield. Well, throw down your gun, you might shoot yourself. Is that what you're trying to do? Put up a fight you believe to be right. One day the sun will shine through. Always got something to hide, something you just can't tell. The only time that you're satisfied is with your feet in the windshield. Well, in the windshield, well. I know what you're wishing for. Love in a peaceful world. Love in a peaceful world. Love in a peaceful world. With your feet in the windshield. Well, in the windshield well, in the windshield well. Everybody's got a dream. Never take it to the windshield well. Everybody's got a dream. Wishing well. Thank you so much. How you doing out there, okay? We're gonna do one off the Scars album. This is called Rectify. Never knew you were so close to the edge. I saw you standing up on top of that ledge. You never told me that the damage was done. How could I know I'm not the only one? I'm gonna rectify it. Gonna rectify you. Yourself, you never took the time for nobody else. I told so many times before. Now Evil Joe is knocking on your door. You'll want it soon, you'll find it's all too late. And all you had is turn to better hate. Gonna rectify. Gonna rectify. Gonna rectify you. Gonna rectify you. Gonna rectify. Gonna rectify. Gonna rectify. Gonna rectify. Gonna rectify you. Thank you. So you probably noticed tonight's been filmed for a special DVD, yeah? We specifically chose Sheffield, yeah? Because we knew you were a great fucking crowd, yeah? Okay? So this will be coming out in a few months' time. This one's called Stand Up for Your Freedom, yeah? Don't believe anything those fucking cunts tell you, right? What you want, no one's gonna stop you. You do what you like. No one's gonna stop you, baby. Stand up for your freedom. Yeah, you got to stand up for yourself. Come on. You can say what you feel. No one's gonna stop you from talking. And you can go where you want as long as you talk. Walking, walking. You've got to stand up for your freedom. Yeah, you've got to stand up for yourself. You can do what you like. No one's gonna stop you, baby. When you can do what you want, no one's gonna stop you, baby. You've got to stand up for your freedom. You've got to stand up for yourself. Yourself. This one's called Just Can't Let You Go. Want you back again. I need your love again. I just can't let you go. I just can't let you go. My love has been strong before. My words have been wrong before. I just can't let you go. I just can't let you go. My love. Do you still remember where you used to be? Do you still remember it was you and me? See you walk away. Get right down on my knees and beg you to stay. Want you back again. I need your love again. I just can't let you go. I just can't let you go. Thank you very much. Thank you. It's by Jimmy Rogers.
Okay, now I'm going to do the one I was going to do earlier, okay? This one I recorded with somebody else. And like I said, yeah, there's two versions of this song, and this is both of them, yeah?
Don't believe me if I tell you not a word of this is true. Don't believe me if I tell you, especially if I tell you that I'm in love with you. Don't believe me if I tell you that I wrote this song for you. There might just be some other silly pretty girl I'm singing it to. Don't believe a word. These words are only spoken, and our heart is like a promise made to be broken. Don't believe a word. Words can't tell lies, and lies are no comfort when there's tears in your eyes. Don't believe me if I tell you not a word of this is true. Don't believe me if I tell you, especially if I tell you that I'm in love with you. Don't believe a word. Don't believe a word. Don't believe me, don't believe me. Not a single word. Believe me if I tell you not a word of this is true. Don't believe me if I tell you, especially if I tell you I'm in love with you. Don't believe me if I tell you I wrote this song for you. There might just be some other silly pretty girl I'm singing it to you. Don't believe a word. Words are only spoken. The heart is like a promise meant to be broken. Believe a word. These words can't tell lies. Lies are no comfort when there's tears in your eyes. Don't believe me if I tell you what of this is true. Don't believe me if I tell you, especially if I tell you I'm in love with you. Don't believe a word. Don't believe a word. Don't believe me, don't believe me, don't believe me. Thank you. It doesn't matter if you're wrong or if you're right. It makes no difference if you're black or if you're white. Oh man, are equal till the victory is won. No color or religion ever stop the bullet from a gun. In their fields, the fighting has begun. On their streets, falling one by one. From the skies, 1,000 more lions dead. Death is just a heartbeat away. Yeah. Doesn't matter if you're left or to the right. Try to hide behind that cause for which you fight. There'll be no prisoners taken when the day is done. No flag, no uniform ever stop the bullet from a gun. In their fields, the fighting has begun. On the streets, the falling one by one.
are falling one by one. No flag has ever stopped from us. Death is just a heartbeat away. A heartbeat away. Death is just a heartbeat away. A heartbeat away. The fighting has begun. They're falling one by one. Nothing more will die instead. Ow, ow, ow. Thank you very much. Good night. On in the field. Out in the field. Field. In the playing fields. Thank you very much, Sheffield. Thank you. Good night. Thank you. Thank you. I remember Paris, 49, Champs-Élysées, Saint-Michel and Beaujolais wine. I recall that you were mine in those Parisian days.
looking back at the photographs. Those summer days spent outside corner case. Ooh, I could write you paragraphs about my old prison day.
Once again, thank you very much. Been great playing for you. And the bass guitar, Cass Lewis. And the drums, Mr. Darren Mooney. Thank you so much. See you again sometime. Have a great night, yeah? We'd like to thank all of Whitesnake's crew for helping us out today because we had to do a long sound check. So thanks, guys. It's been really good to us. Good night. Thank you. God bless.
So, what's it like getting back to a bit of rock after all your years of doing blues and other things?
It's really good fun, actually, because some of the songs we're playing on this tour, I said I'd never play again, and if it hadn't been for this tour, I probably would never have played them again. So it's really nice just to go out and play like songs like Shapes of Things and Wishing Well, and sort of play them with new people, so it gives them a bit of a different edge, just sort of update them a little bit, but they've still got that kind of 80s thing about them, and they're just fun to play. And it's like I'm just really playing for the fans on this tour, you know, because I know we get a lot of emails and stuff, people wanting to hear those old songs again, so this is the opportunity to hear them for the fans, which is nice.
Yeah, are you tempted to carry on doing them, sticking the odd one in the set as you go along?
Well, for this summer we'll probably keep them in because we've got some festivals to do. After that, I'm not sure, but they kind of sit alongside the Scars stuff anyway, which was recorded last year, because that's kind of more rock based anyway, so it all kind of sits together nicely.
It's a logical transition, the Scars, between the blues stuff and this, isn't it? It's a nice stepping stone to this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we wrote because we're already sort of rocking anyway, so it wasn't that much of a change, and we dropped some of the old blues stuff, so we were kind of heading that way anyway.
Are you likely to start writing stuff more in a rock vein now? Got back to that?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the stuff that we've been coming up with for the next record is very much in that vein. They're very chunky, like riff-based songs, but not like anything I've really done before. They're kind of rock, but rock from there, and they've got they're quite melodic as well, but not in a kind of a soft sense. They're quite dark, but they're very strong melodically, because that's always been very important to me, obviously. And I've never just written a riff and just sort of like, I don't like writing a riff and just screaming over it. It's not. I don't even know how to do it, to be honest. So as long as we've got a good tune there happening with the kind of heavy stuff, then it works for me.
I like the fact you're doing Wishing Well, the old Free song. That's great.
Yeah,
that's really good.
It's such a nice song. And also, what as I started to get into doing the old ones, we started off with Don't Believe a Word, and then I thought, well, maybe I'll try Shapes of Things, and I quite fancied having a go at that. But lyrically, they're quite relevant to now as well. They've kind of come full circle, those songs, again, with all the kind of things that are happening in the world at the moment. So they work with that as well, which is a nice it's kind of a bonus in a way, because there's a really good reason for singing those songs, apart from the fact that they're old songs.
Do you find the fans are kind of getting that message as well, do you think?
I'm not sure. I think they're just there to rock, to be honest, but it's just nice for me to be able to stand up there and feel that I'm singing songs about things that I care about.
So you're not just churning out past things, it's actually that it's got a new relevance because of time.
No, we chose them quite carefully. Out in the Fields, obviously, it's quite a big anti-war song as well, and it wasn't necessarily set against Ireland even at the time that I wrote it, and I did it with Phil in it. The video was set against Ireland, but it was just a general anti-war song, and I wrote a lot of those kind of songs at the time, like Victims of the Future, End of the World, and the covers that I chose tended to be of that kind of thing as well, where they had that kind of message. So it's nice to sing things that you care about.
Yeah, definitely. Now, what about the fans themselves? Because the last time you were doing rock was quite a long time ago.
Yeah, the late 80s was the last time.
So are you noticing a load of younger guys coming in?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, down the front, you get all the young kids down the front, and it's really nice because obviously they heard their big brothers and their dad's records or whatever, and they've come to check it out, and they really enjoy it when they see it, first hand like that. I think they're quite curious. I don't think they go away and buy the old records or anything, but I think they really enjoy seeing people play live and getting the big sort of guitar thing going and everything. I mean, the audiences have been really nice, actually.
Guitar music itself is back in every sense of the term, even pop on top of the pop now, it's guitars, which is great for you because it must bleed through.
Well, I think what happens is all the kind of hardcore music that's come out in the last 10 years, like a lot of the hip hop and a lot of the so-called rock, has ended up being very pop anyway, hasn't it? The sort of bands that were coming out of the States, a lot of them kind of can slot into the charts, and they can do top of the pops, and they fit in very easily, like Linkin Park and people like Alien Ant Farm, did the Michael Jackson thing and stuff. All that kind of is because the way they write songs, they're not full of guitar solos particularly. They're kind of more riff based, and they're more catchy. They're always like very catchy riffs, and so it makes it a lot more commercial, a lot more accessible for people.
But there's a lot of attitude, that the rock attitude is there, isn't it? It's a very aggressive kind of...
It's very aggressive sort of thing.
Take no prisoners kind of thing.
Yeah, because it's being made by 18-year-old American boys. It's going to be aggressive, all that.
Is your son, who plays guitar, still turning you on to new bands as he was when I last spoke to you?
No, he hasn't turned me on to any lately, the little git, actually. No, he just goes back now and listens to Metallica all the time, and he's 15, and he's kind of like, he's just sitting there figuring out Enter the Sandman and all that. He sit there for hours just figuring it out, and it's really good to see him do it. But no, I keep saying, have you seen any new bands then? Come on. And he says, no, I haven't seen anything. But that's only for him, there isn't anything at the moment. But he turned me on to like System of a Down and people like that, and and some nice bands, and he's kind of I think he's got pretty good taste, actually. You wouldn't just say, oh, well, that band's good because they're loud. He's not one of those kids. He's quite picky about what he likes. Yeah.
And do you think that the new metal thing has had any kind of knock-on effect to making more general rock more acceptable to people again?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, it's like everything goes in cycles, doesn't it? And rock's it's come round again. I think the new metal thing's kind of peaked a bit now. Yeah. Because you can almost judge it by one artist, and if their album doesn't really happen, then it kind of all takes a bit of it's like the foundations start to crumble. Like Korn's last album didn't do that great, apparently. And I think a lot of people were shocked by that, but it's like anything, it's been saturated so much by all the kind of imitators and all the guys that got into it and detuned the guitars a bit, and they all thought, well, we could have a go at this, and because it's not technically that hard to play a lot of that stuff, you get a lot of wannabes who, sort of young pretenders and everything, and I think people have got a little bit fed up with the same kind of sound, and it's going more towards that garage thing now, very much like the White Stripes and the Yeah and people like that. So it has changed, but it's still rock, which is good, and it's still guitar based.
What do you think of Jack White as a guitar player?
He's really good, actually. Yeah, I love the White Stripes. Yeah, I've got 2 of the records, and I think he's a very talented guy, and I like reading his interviews because he's got a lot to say that's very interesting. I think he's kind of quite an artistic person, the way his mind works and everything, and I think he's quite a deep person, the way he focuses on the music, and he has a good historical knowledge of the music, which is why he sounds the way he does. I mean, you see this young sort of good-looking guy, and he sounds like some old guy, like from way back, sitting down in the south, and it's amazing to hear his voice, and he's really got the earthy thing that you don't see a lot of guys get these days. Getting back to this tour, did you have to go back and relearn stuff? Was there any problem? Did you find singing stuff? Oh God, how do I sing this and play this in this format or whatever? I just had a little run through on my own in in my music room. I spent a couple of days messing about with them before I went into rehearsal, and it wasn't too bad. I mean, it's like it felt a bit strange doing the Morso, because it was like, how do you do that bit? And I was having to like copy some of the old guitar parts and try and recreate the sound a little bit. And then I thought, well, there's no point in, you can't really get back to that sound anyway. I was using different guitars and stuff, so I just kind of approximated it as much as I could and as much as I felt comfortable doing. Some of it had a Fender guitar, like Wishing Well at a Strat, but Shapes of Things has a Les Paul, and it's the first two songs, so you choose your weapon, and that's it, go for it. Yeah. But it's nice going back to them, because what I realised was that some of those little solos were really quite well constructed, and if I hear them now, it's almost like listening to someone else, and so you can go, that really works, like the solo in Shapes of Things, it's in 3 bits, and you go, yeah, that's kind of nice, because it sort of builds and it goes somewhere. And I could see kind of how I was thinking, and it was nice to get back to that and appreciate it for what it was, because I wouldn't have even listened to those records. I didn't even have them. I had to get someone to get them for me.
Really?
I hadn't listened to them for years now.
Really? How did you choose what you were going to do? How did you choose the songs?
Well, partly, like I said, because of the lyrics, and a lot of it was the guitar. Because I thought, like, Shapes has got that nice thing, and Wishing Well I chose because it's just a great classic song. And also they had to be songs that I was known for from that era, and so those two plus things like Don't Believe a Word goes back to the Thin Lizzy thing, Out in the Fields was very much my thing. It's all 80s music that I was kind of known for, and I didn't do any of the ballads really, such as Empty Rooms, because there's no keyboards in this band. It would have been a little bit hard to pull that one off. I would have liked to have done that song, because that's one that I still like, but we do Parisians, so again it's still associated with that era, even though it was from the late 70s, but it's a classic track.
I noticed on the end of the sped up bit of Don't Believe a Word, you've duplicating the twin guitars for yourself.
Yeah.
And going to the mic to sing.
Yeah.
Does that pose any
it does,
logistical
sometimes,
problems?
yeah. But if I counted in too fast, like I did today, it can be a bit jumbled. Yeah, that's that. But I think the more I play it, the better I get at it. I mean, the first few that was actually funny. You should pick up on that. That was the hardest one for us to learn, and to make it just sit properly and not having the two guitars. So I had to try and find a way of just sort of filling in the space there and trying to make it sound like there were kind of two guitars. Yeah.
Do you think the audience fills in those spaces themselves in their mind? They're probably singing along with it.
I think so, yeah, and maybe some of them don't even really care or know that version. They just go along with it. But the track itself was recorded so long ago anyway now, wasn't it? So
absolutely.
I think, but I think people do tend to do that. I think if you get it close enough, their minds will just like go with it and fill in the spaces for them. It's a nice way of putting it.
Yeah. For the tech heads out there, the people who are interested in your gear, I notice you're using a white Gibson or cream Gibson Explorer. For once time.
Well, I had a black Explorer that I used on the track Rectify from the last album, the Scars album, and I was really looking forward to getting off the road, because I thought I really want to start using this sound more. So even if we haven't been doing this, I was definitely going more that way with the sound, and I was getting away from the Strat again, because when we formed Scars, we were very much into, as I told you when we spoke about it before, it was all about getting back to that kind of 60s thing, and we had a very sort of Hendrixy sort of feel about the whole thing, and Band of Gypsies and the improvisation that went with that. And once we'd done the record and done the tour, I really just found myself drifting again back to the Gibson, which is not something I would have thought at the start of the tour. So I was so into playing the Fender, I just thought it was the perfect guitar for this band. But I also wanted to do, for this tour, I wanted to have something different, and I wanted to have a guitar that would kind of be, it wasn't funny to me. It was something I wanted to project, was the guitar. And so a nice way to do that in a big venue is to have like a white guitar, because you can see it for a long way away, and like a white Explorer looks bigger than a black Explorer. So, but obviously if it didn't play better than the black one, which it does, it turned out that was the one that sounded the best anyway. So I ended up using that, and it's like fits with the whole theme of the tour, and I'm quite enjoying playing it. It's got a nice kind of rich sound to it, and you can get any kind of sound out of it there, really. You turn it down, it's a little bit fearsome, because the controls are very sensitive, so you can just, as soon as you turn it on, it can roar at you. It's a bit like a sports car, you've got to be really careful with it.
Yeah. So have you been going around the country and looking in guitar shops and buying?
I always try, and I bought loads of pedals all the time, and I ended up getting one the other day in Cardiff, and then I used it that night, which for me is very brave. I bought a Warp pedal, and I bought another distortion pedal I'm getting into those DoD pedals actually. I really like how they're built, because when you're singing and playing, and this is a big part of it. They've got those big buttons or those big switches on them, so you can like guess where they are with that, hitting these little switches. So they're really practical, but they all sound. Everyone I've bought, I've really liked the sound of. I used that death metal one, and I used the. I had the grunge pedal before, and I've got even a graphic now, and I've got loads of this stuff now. I think I can end up using the whole line of those the way it's going. Yeah.
There's a lot of practicalities that the average person doesn't realise that you have to overcome on stage.
No, and I don't realise either until I get up there and realise how much I'm screwing it all up. It's true, you know, because there's a lot of physical things that you have to be aware of, and you have to hit the right thing all the time, and it's a hell of a lot in our set now with all the different types of songs and getting vintage sounds and modern sounds and mixing them. It's kind of, there's a lot going on up there while you're singing as well.
Now you're recording a live DVD of the tour. Do you, going out there knowing there's cameras upon you, does that give you much extra pressure, or do you just forget?
I don't know until I do it, to be honest. You know, it's a while since I've done it. I think
you will
just have to get on. Well, now you've said it. No, you just have to get on with it. You know, that's the way it is. I mean, the gig can go either way anyway, to be honest.
Yeah. How many are you recording to do this, or is it just a one shot?
It's just we're filming one, but we're recording two. So there's a live album coming out around the same time as the DVD, but they're not necessarily all from the same night.
Yeah.
But all the visuals will obviously be from the same night on the soundtrack for that. But we might choose some different tracks for the live album.
Yeah. Are you, if you say not that of course you would make a tremendous cock up in the middle of one of the songs.
Oh, I could easily.
Would you laugh about it and leave it, or would you go back and fix it?
I'll try and leave it as much as I can. I usually do. I mean, you know, last time I did a live album, when I did the live blues album in the 90s, that was very, very live. Hardly touched anything on that. People said it was too good to be a live album, so they didn't even. You know, people just didn't believe it was live because it was so well rehearsed. But we're not like that, so we're definitely a bit more of a loose cannon in this band. It can change, believe me. Yeah. It could change right now as we're talking.
So the last gig of the tour is Dublin. You're looking forward to going back almost home?
Yeah, I love going back to Dublin because that's kind of where I started my professional career when I joined Skid Row when I was 16. And I still go back there more than I go to the north. I just love Dublin. It's changed quite a lot, but the people are the same. So yeah, it's great to be going back there.
Yeah, and your dad's coming to the gig?
Yeah, he always comes to Dublin to see us,
Yeah, excellent.
There you go.
Well, have a great gig tonight.
Thanks, man.
I'm sure you'll go down fantastically.
Thank you.
Woman with a big auntie man, don't worry. Don't believe me if I tell you, not a word of this is true. Don't believe me if I tell you, especially if I tell you that I'm in love with you. Don't believe me if I tell you that I wrote this song for you. There might just be some other silly pretty girl I'm singing it to. Don't believe a word, 'cause words are only spoken, and our heart is like a promise made to be broken. Don't believe a word, 'cause words can't tell lies, and lies are no comfort when there's tears in your eyes. Don't believe me if I tell you, not a word of this you.